Is your work your dream job? Are you using your talents in your current role? Do you do what you were passionate about as a child? 2 years ago, I became one of the few career counselors in Slovakia. My name is Zuzana Zahradnikova, which in translation means garden, and I'm bringing the garden of job opportunities to my clients. Together, we are identifying the talents and identifying the dream job. Let me speak more about talent. What actually is a talent? Talent is something you were born with. You don't have to go and look for it somewhere out in the world. You will discover it inside of you. I think it's very important to know what are your talents. And what helped me is to look into my childhood. You can ask yourself, what were your hobbies? What you really enjoyed? What you were naturally good at? It could be arts, crafts, sports. For me, for example, it's numbers, although I'm the blonde. What did you do without minimum study or practice? What were the most engaging subjects at the grammar school? I encourage you after this TEDx speech to call your friends from the childhood, to call your parents, grandparents if they are still alive, to call your siblings and ask them what you were naturally good at as a child, what comes easily to you without any efforts. I actually gave a call to my best friend from the childhood, and she told me that with the age of 15, she was searching for a junior saving account. And at that time, you know, there were no online bank comparisons, and that's why what I did, I just listened to her, and I visited all of the banks in Bratislava, and I gave her the top 3 options with the best saving account, with the best interest rate, lowest fees, and closest location to her home. Can you believe that? With the age of 15, I did that. Let me look also on the adulthood, on your current role. When the people coming to your desks, what they usually ask you for a support or advice? In what area do they see you as a subject matter expert? That's what you are good at. That's your talent. You can ask your friends, or if your friends or family relatives ask you some question, what kind of question they usually ask you? When procrastinating a task, what do you do instead? When your manager asks you to do something and you delay, you don't complete the task, what do you do instead? That's your talent. When you are on some team project and you are part of a bigger team, what you would never ever delegate to somebody else? What task you would like to keep with yourself? That's what you are good at. Nature indicates the talent inside of you. You can be plumber, professional dancer, innovator, scientist, plumber, gardener. However, everybody of us, we want to be adored, powerful, rich, famous. We want to have luxurious houses, fast cars, good-looking partner. Nobody actually thinks about the potential we have inside of you. The inner diamond, the treasure we were born with. Parents usually sometimes kill the talent in their children. I think the most important is when you look at your talents is to start with the age of 5 or 6 before starting the grammar school. Usually, I encourage all of the parents who are sitting here and also watching this video, is to really look at the children you have and try to observe the talents. What are they naturally good at? And encourage them. Because sometimes really the parents kill the talent because their dreams maybe were not fulfilled. Or they will tell you, come on, you will not earn money from being a fashion stylist. Become a doctor, lawyer, economist, and you will be successful and happy in your life. A few months ago, one of the clients visited me. She was working many years in accounting and she didn't enjoy the job, and after maternity leave, she wanted to change the job and do something else. Together through experiential methods of career counseling, we actually find out that her talent is to verbalize somebody else's ideas, to put it on the paper. And she started to be a copywriter. I think what is really important is to combine the talent and the passion together. When I was sitting in a most beautiful place of the world, in Canto das Fontes, in Madeira, we were discussing with a group of friends how passion and talent connects to each other. And I think the passion is really the energy to develop your talent. It's the key driver to grow your potential. Without the passion, the talent will die. Let me give you an example. Let's imagine there is a person who is born with the talent for the music, for the rhythm, for expressing the emotions through body movements. However, parents will tell him, you know, you will never earn enough money from being a professional dancer. And he will not develop this talent. And there is somebody else who can be maybe just talented for the rhythm but doesn't feel the music so much. But he visits a lot of dancing schools, observes the professional dancers, and so on. Who do you think will be more successful? What do you think? How much time do we spend at work? 24/7 if we take out all of the weekends and public holidays? Try to guess. It's actually 20 years. Can you believe that? 20 years you might be wasting your time, not enjoying the job you are doing, not using your talents you were born with, and the skill set you gained during the work experience. Based on the Undercover newsletter, 69% of people spend their time during the working or non-working time searching for another job opportunities. That's like, wow, I hope it's not your case. I think that there are many people who are who were and still are very famous. They failed many times. They did a lot of mistakes. However, through persistence and belief, using their talents and living the life with the passion, they actually live the dream job. One of them is Coco Chanel. She was a French fashion designer bringing the progressive trends into the fashion. And she became from a completely poor family background, without any financial support. Lionel Messi, maybe you know him, Argentinian football player. Nobody believed in him that he will be a good player. Nowadays, he's one of the best football players in the world. Vanessa May, she started to play piano with the age of 3, playing violin with the age of 5. She broke the Guinness record with being the youngest soloist, violin soloist, playing Beethoven and Tchaikovsky with the age of 13. Vincent van Gogh, painted in 10 years, 900 paintings, 1,100 sketches. He sold just one painting. During his life, completely financially supported by his brother, he believed in his talent, and after his death, the portrait of Dr. Gadget was sold for $82 million. Alan Turing, maybe you have seen the movie called Enigma, which was in the cinema this year. He was a mathematician and a pioneer in computer science. He built up a team with mathematicians, and they were trying to break the code Enigma during the Second World War. He got the financial support from the government, and they buy him a machine, which was actually a predecessor of the computers. And every day they had only 24 hours to uncode the code, which was changing every day. They worked days and nights and really spent enormous amount of years trying to break this cipher. Finally, they managed, and they shortened the Second World War by 2 years, and they saved 14 million of lives. Finally, Michael Dell, the American CEO and founder of Dell, who started to assemble his first computer in the dormitory room. And many more. And maybe you know the boring story about Edison trying to invent the bulb 10,000 times. And what about you? There are many people who can help you on your way. There are mentors, coaches, inspiring people who can motivate you. Also the career counselors. I just encourage you to believe in yourself. You all are unique. You have the talent inside of you. Just grow the potential with the passion and do what you want to do and what you love to do. And let me finish with, as we are speaking about talent and the dream job, with the words of Steve Jobs. The only way to do great work is to love what you do. If you haven't found it yet, keep looking. Don't settle. As with all matters of the heart, you'll know when you find it. Thank you very much.